Look, I know it's pride and everything, girls, but gonna be honest with you, you're gonna have to give it to me a little straight. Sorry to say that. Oh, no problem. Hello everyone. Yes, this is the 6th or 7th, probably figure form, probably video in Retro's stupid channel. But yes, this is the White Queen herself of the New Realm of Hellfire Gala and Club, Emma Frost. And, me, because, no, not Eliana, seriously, you have to have a real note of that. Oh, I'll figure that out eventually. Look, long story short, for those who don't know, I was setting up, oh my god, can we just get to this, alright? Retro has not been on content lately because of a stupid basketball game and a 50-year drought of some kind. 53, exactly. Long prophecy's been foretold. Knicks win. Anyway, why is he knocked out? He's been screaming Knicks in 5 for like literally the last 3 days. Yeah, that kind of checks out. Knicks win! Knicks win! And why has he been in deep sleep? We didn't really think our telepathy would be that effective with his immortality and a bunch of other stuff he's not telling because his channel audience lower-wise of his power set and power level. Yes, we kind of thought he was Omega level for it, but apparently not. Yeah, that kind of figures. Alright, I got an idea for a video to cover for everything. Wait, you do? Yeah, I got it, don't worry about it. Yeah, this is not gonna be awkward at all. Anyway. Hey, what's up? This is, Real Nerf, you know who, Logan over here, covering for Retro because, yeah, it turns out my, new game's coming out in a couple of months, and, this idiot forgot to do a top 5 video for costumes he wants to see in the game, so, we already reiterated some stuff from Summer's Games Fest on, Retro's end, and, I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of weird soloing without the kids, so, yeah, I guess bear with me on this one, guys. So, yeah. Intro. Yeah, I've had a lot of costumes in the comics over the years. I've had a weird, expansive history, yada, yada, yada. Go to the Nando video, and I guess Mary Marvelite for my entire backstory and lore so far. Probably around when the Kokoro era was still around. Speaking of which, there might be some Kokoro era costumes that I kind of also want to see for this new game. So, let's get the most obvious stuff out of the way. The Hugh Jackman of it all. More importantly, the brown suit that never got mentioned, unless you saw the Wolverine back in the day, and one of, I guess, Retro's earliest reviews, card 2, I guess, long story short. Another obvious elephant in the room when it comes to the movie suits and Jackman in general. I think Retro mentioned this in the Summer Games Fest coverage, that the joke should be that it should also be tall as hell as far as the costume goes, or I guess the whatever sprite model. Again, can you tell I don't video game lately? Yeah, to basically be Jackman's height back in the day. I know they're technically doing new X-Men, essentially the Grant Morrison era costume to be the closest thing to leather they'll probably put on the goddamn game, but that's gonna probably be the case of it. So another thing, and this is for a friend of the channel, Austin Trenchheads, long story short for Trenchman, is the Days of Future Past. I want to say maroon, mustard brown. What the hell? They're basically Singer's closest thing you were ever gonna get to blue and yellow till Double Wolverine a couple years ago. One other thing, obviously, there's gonna be a bunch of like blue and yellow, a lot of brown costumes because that's kind of been my color motif for the last like almost 50 years of the comics, to make a long dumb story short there. So yeah, so top 5 wise, we're gonna do some honorable mentions out of the way, starting with most of the Jim Lee era stuff. There's gonna be one particular costume that is gonna make the top 5. I'm doing this from the Dome, so I guess Enemy Tim Skull or not. It's going to be weird, and probably explains why Retro needs to write this shit down sometimes. So, starting off, the Jim Lee era blue and yellow is probably the most iconic I've had. I mean, you can definitely tell this raised head I have here for this stupid figure form, so you can kind of get the idea. Another thing I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get as a costume option for the Insomniac game, but the Fang costume I had, ironically, during Secret Wars, which most of this costume is based on. It would be interesting to see how, I guess, Insomniac handles that, or has like a weird claw animation, like a combo mechanic that basically references Dakin in any way as far as Akihiro-san goes with my son, but I don't know, probably not gonna happen, but most likely might show up in like a weird way. I don't want to do all like, hey, was there like old costume versions like other superheroes and stuff like that, like Ghost Rider or Spider-Man, because I'm pretty sure Insomniac might do it, and they did some decent Ghost Rider versions of Spider Guys during those first I guess 3.5 games. You wouldn't count Miles, I guess, at this point. But another thing, since Magipore is going to be a big player in my game, it's kind of the costume everyone thinks I should probably have. No, not patched. They already figured that out very early on if you saw the game's trailers. But another thing is my stealth suit that totally doesn't look like pantyhose in the face. It's a big common misconception, unless you're Wade Wilson. I don't know, as far as Deadpool goes. So we're going to be breezing through, like I said, some honorable mention for this part. Obviously, the training shoot should be a thing as well. That's technically everyone's like first go around during the League eras, like your I guess unified team dynamic. Again, I forgot the storyline because bad memory and healing factor, I guess. So we're gonna also say another costume that might be happening for the season 2 for X-Men '97. Oh, you guys were gonna do a previously on with Retro. Yes, we were, and more importantly, getting him awake is weirder than it looks. Also, he keeps screaming about a guy with buttercut knives and a weird Christmas sweater and some other dude with a hockey mask. Those two. Yeah. Retro has a history with those guys. Since when? Since his childhood. What the fuck is his lore? I mean, I don't even know either at this point. Yeah, I got a long history with Retro, so guess expanding the Retro universe lore aside, let's finish up with some honorable mentions. Yeah, obviously Fang is probably Farrell's gonna happen in X-Men '97, because how else did we explain the Bone Claws until, I guess, was it Origin, around the early 2000s later on in the comics, so we're not gonna figure that out anytime soon. So this will be the actual, I want to say, last two I think I want to talk about. Again, all of the ideas here was from that Topo. I gotta remember the video essay guy. Go to the card for that. That kind of inspired most of the costume choices on my end as well. Yeah, let's talk about the astonishing stuff. The one big obvious change for this blue and yellow is obviously the cowl is more folded down. It's got more presenting of the head cap. Kind of like I will still probably hang out with Puck or whatever during my, I guess, Alpha Flight days in Canada, so there's probably that. Also, did I get Speedball wrong? Special with Colossus with him, like, barely having any costume at all? Yeah, that's probably that week, knowing Josh Whedon's run. So, we're not also going to talk about the X-Force costume, because everyone's basically talked about it. I guess Retro literally has figures of that, and none of Laura Warren, or I guess even Warpath got a figure for him, so, of that era of the comics, so we'll figure that out as we go along. The last one I want to talk about that is like the deepest cut, but for those who remember the Benjamin Percy run a couple of years ago when I finally finished my feud with, well, Sabretooth, you know him, I just know him as Victor. To make a long story short with Creed, is the adamantium armor. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Logan, doesn't the adamantium skeleton be the only thing that basically can literally poison you? Yeah, this ain't the movies. To make a long story short, I kind of lost my healing along the way because multiverse shenanigans, and I don't know, Creed was very, very, very much a cheating bitch that year, so that's kind of how it was during the tail end of the Krakoa era. As you can also tell, it should come with this particular sword, because that particular sword is the Muramasa blade. One of the few blades in the Marvel Comics universe that could literally kill my ass. To make a long, dumb story short, and I don't think secondary adamantium is a thing unless you're, I don't know, a Blade fan. So, that being said, as far as Eric goes for his, I guess, side of the comics, that's really it. Ultimately, I don't know, it's really up to you what fan favorite costume you should hope is going to be in, more or less, the Insomniac game. I've obviously excluded, what was it, Age of Apocalypse me with a stump and my first appearance costume, because those are pre-order bonuses. If you haven't already saw Retro's coverage of that, go to the last cards for that as always. And until next time, end cards finally coming up to, I guess, my boss is over here for today at least. What is Retro's law at this point? I don't even know, gonna be honest with you. To see the previous video, which was obviously, unfortunately, Doctor Who news that happened over the weekend that kind of bummed Retro out. Right up until that next one. Speaking of the next one, we're probably gonna have, I don't know, Retro over here. Next one! Yeah! I'm amazed he was a cam up today. To go to, obviously, today's Critical Role short for the current episode of, what was it, 29 of that campaign 4. I hear it's good, honestly, weird as it sounds. And yeah, go to my claws over here to hit the it's been a while, so tongue tied here. Yeah, why is that exactly? I don't know, fighting Hulks for the new summer main universe event. Oh, company-wide stuff? Yep, Avengers ship. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, go to me here to sub the channel, hit the notification bell down below. Hype point this video if you're a mobile subscriber. And until next time, I am the real Nerf. Well, Logan, but let's just call me Wolverine for now. And yeah, I got a lot of costumes, so, I don't know, good luck with that, Insomniac. Seriously.